Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino. I'm just thinking, and it's making me smirk. Yes, Monday, January 8th, 2024. You know, you want to talk about like an upside down freak show of a world. So, on the economic front today, let's start off with the economic news here. Or, well, this plays maybe not so much. Well, yeah, maybe. Anyway, apparently these major corporations are saying, "Hey, maybe our profits aren't going to be so great in 2024 because the economy is slowing down, and that's going to hit our bottom line." What that means, basically, what they're saying is what we already know. We are going to see waves and waves and waves of people getting laid off. So think about this: a warning here on profits moving forward that should technically weigh against the market if it were real. Boeing today falling 8%. That should have weighed against the market today. That didn't happen either. Instead, we got the Dow higher by like 200 and some points, about 1.5% for the S&P 500. The NASDAQ put on about 2.2%. A nice day. A nice day. See, because here's the situation. The market's reading this as, okay, economy's flat out sucks. We already knew that. Profit warnings, okay, ding, ding, ding. What does that mean? Rate cuts, exactly. So this market, in my opinion, and I've been telling you this already, look, it's setting up for more record highs. I wouldn't be surprised to see record highs this week. No, there's just no doubt about it. Anyway, so look, my take on this, people. I'm looking. What Greg Mannarino is looking to do is buy this market on the dips. Okay, period. Nothing is going to get in my way right now. Not even the 10-year yield, which did come down a little bit today. We're at about 4%. The dollar came down on a relative strength basis. MMRI still around two. What's the MMRI? 255, something like that. Anyway, I'm not phased at all about this because I know that collectively central banks are going to start cutting rates. And that's what the market knows too. I mean, again, there was no reason for this market to put on some gains today. Zero. Even on the back of energy getting smacked, crude oil getting hit. I mean, still, it's unbelievable. Yes, Bitcoin around 47,000. Look, what's driving this right now? This is my take on this. All right, you all know I am a crypto bull. Fact. However, so we're going to get news on a Bitcoin ETF this week, more than likely. I think it's this week. I believe this is going to play out to be a sell the news moment. So if you got a nice profit in here, look, you know what I did? I told all of you, I pulled my profit out of this stuff. I still have my initial investment in Bitcoin. I pulled my profit. Now I'm playing with the house's money and I'm letting this ride. But if you have a substantial profit here, there's nothing wrong with pulling that profit ahead of the announcement, wait for a potential drop, and get back in here, people. That's the game. Generally, when you got to build up like this and they make the announcement, even if it happens, if it doesn't happen, oh, well, that's going to be a whole other story. But if it happens, it's going to be a sell the news moment. That's just my take on it. And I think most of you would probably agree. Now, let's talk about another piece of this also, I guess, is economic news propaganda. So the New York Fed, this is an announcement from the New York Fed. Are you ready? People are feeling very optimistic about inflation moving forward. In other words, the New York Fed wants you to believe that widespread optimism is taking over as people, they really believe that inflation is going to fall. No, you see, this is what you and I talk about all the time. The propaganda, the deceptions, the distractions. People don't believe that. And prices aren't coming down anyway. This temporary drop in energy prices, it ain't gonna last. It ain't gonna last. Maybe through the selection cycle. After that, it's all over, man. Forget about it. Anyway, going back to the market, as I said, Bitcoin, be careful here, people. All right, There's a lot of people, a lot of FOMO here. If you're missing out, oh no, gotta buy it. And then all of a sudden, they get left holding the bag here. People, if you bought here, let's just say if you did, if you held on to it, you're going to make the cash back. But it's better to wait, in my opinion, here. Wait for a drop. Wait for a drop here. Wait for the news to come out, and let's see where it goes. Make sense to my fellow lions out here who hold cryptocurrencies? Okay. Crude oil getting smacked. This is what really, really bothers me here. Tell me, somebody out here convince me that OPEC, the Saudis here, didn't make a gazillion dollars today shorting the crude oil market, as they knew, obviously, that they were going to be cutting prices. It's not going to last. Look, could it drop lower? Absolutely. But there's going to be a bottom here. The dollar is going to weaken. The purchasing power of the currencies is going to get sucked out, and it's going back up. It's a long-term hold. You all know that. Commodities, long-term hold, pretty much across the board. You all know that. So the takeaway so far is we get a profit warning, corporate profit warnings moving forward. Oh, we're not going to do so good because the economy flat out sucks. And then we get, this New York Fed thing here, and the market just is in Boeing, of course, selling off, and the market goes, gets off on it. Imagine my shock. Imagine your shock. I think this market's setting up here. It's going to be a big year for the market. Of course, more government spending, as you know, we've covered a million times. More war. That's all going to prop this stuff up. Here's the economy free falls. The faster the economy falls, the higher the market's going to go, in my opinion. Gold and silver fell under some pressure today as well. That's kind of where we stand with regard to this. So let me ask you: are you one of those people? Are you one of those people who are profoundly excited because you believe in your heart of hearts that inflation is going to come down? Because that's what the Fed's trying to sell everyone. This is the New York Fed propaganda. Imagine my shock here, people. No one can imagine how shocked I am. I'll tell you something else that people are going to find shocking, I believe, unfortunately, is the waves of layoffs that are coming. Profit warnings always are a bad sign for people. They're going to get laid off. Right, Carlos? Thank you. That's where we're going. Unfortunately. Sucks, but it's the truth. It really, really is. All right. Anyway. Oh, this is interesting. Let me see. This is something I covered a while back. I just happened to be looking at it. 9 signs that the U.S. consumer is about to break. Number 1, after adjusting for inflation and taxes, household income in the United States has fallen 9.1% since April 2020. Lovely. On the inflation issue, household income adjusted for inflation and taxes is running some 9.1% below where it was in April 2020, putting additional pressure on consumers. Number 2, credit card data surpassed the 1 trillion mark for the first time. This is from August. Wow, this is interesting. I love looking at stuff. This just happened to I just happened to open this up on the back of all my Scrabble here. Just look where we are now. It's incredible. Credit card data surpassed $1 trillion mark for the first time ever. Struggling American households increasingly turn to credit cards to get by from month to month. Total credit card indebtedness rose $45 billion in the April through June period, an increase of 4%. And the average interest on credit card is now over 20% and is financially crippling millions of our fellow citizens. Imagine our shock. I don't think we're shocked at all. All right. So, people, is there anything specifically that you want to talk about? Lower oil price in your I don't think it's going to last. My take on this. It could bounce around. We've been bottoming out. Crude wants, OPEC, they're playing a game. They're playing a pump and dump scheme. What they did was they probably had the biggest short you could possibly imagine on crude prices here, of course. Millions, maybe billions of dollars were just made in one trading day. That's what they do. This is a game. It's not real. Everything is a game. You all know that. It's so sick. But anyway, what else can I tell you, people? Platinum, I love platinum. I love palladium. Both of these metals here, people, you know that. I own it. I think people need to have some of this stuff in their portfolio. I don't know another way to put this. I say it all the time. Silver will remain my favorite asset of all time. That's a fact. Second, gold, platinum, palladium, a dead third. Okay, you can't, in my opinion, look, this is just my opinion. You have to have this kind of stuff in your portfolio here. Look, when you see this kind of a setup that we have now, risk on, risk on, risk on, risk on. That means that risk off assets are on sale. They are on freaking sale. Right, Brutus? Brutus knows. Thank you. See what I'm saying? So, there's a lot of people that, they don't get that. They don't understand it. They think maybe people should be only in one asset, and they're expecting that one asset is just going to go up and up and up and up and up. And no, you got to be spread out. I tell you this all the time. You got to be somewhat diversified here. You got to look for bargains. When you have this kind of an environment, that's where the bargains are. And when we get, let's flip this all around. When we eventually get a full on risk off environment and we see commodities going to the moon, the stock market is going to crater on the back of a sell-off in the debt market, which is going to be beyond anyone's wildest dreams. There is going to be some incredible opportunities here to buy big companies, period, the end. And I will be doing that. There's just no doubt about it. We got this. I don't care what they do. I tell you this a million times. They can let them play their freaking games. We're going to play our games, and in my view, we cannot be beaten because we know what they want. They're going to get what they want, but you and I are going to get what we want as well because we know where the opportunities are. Understand? In my view, it could not be easier. It's like it's just freaking right there. Anyway. With that said, people, I think we're going to end this now. I got to go pick up my Gibson Modern I had back there. I'm going to pick it up. It's been in the shop. I had a problem with this thing. I had a bed ground. It was driving me nuts. 69 Strat. You know what I'm talking about. Yes, it's still being out, but it's done. I just got a call from the tech today. I could not find. I'm not an idiot when it comes to like tinkering with things. It's the truth, but I could not find a bed ground. I had a bed ground. It was buzzing. It made the guitar virtually. It has amazing action. The thing plays phenomenally, but I couldn't play it because the noise was driving me out of my freaking mind. So I said, you know what? It's time to get it looked at by a pro. And the gentleman, his name is Nate. He did find the issue. It was. It was a grounding issue, which I knew what it was, but apparently the ground to the bridge was not good. So he fixed it. Life is good. I'm looking forward to picking it up. I missed it. Anyway, that's it, people. Look, this guy, he loves you from the heart. I mean that. We got this. We can't be in a better spot, you and I. I sleep very peacefully at night, as I'm sure all of you do too. We know it's coming. We know it's coming right at us, okay? And that means we can sidestep it, for the most part here. Not only are we taking advantage of everything that comes our way, risk on, risk off, all those opportunities there too, but we're creating relationships with people. We are paying it forward. We're getting together with like-minded people who understand the situation here. So because this is going to come apart. It's going to come apart like you have no idea. You do if you follow this blog. But again, we got this. We got this. All right. Love you a lot. Please share the video. Get it out there. Those thumbs up. Extremely valuable. And I will see you all in the morning. And you will see the Modern back there. Isn't that lovely? Take care now.